It's the 10 things every buyer needs to know in a seller's market. Wow, we are in a seller's market. Now, I do have to admit that more inventory has hit the market here in Orange County, California. So we are seeing, it's definitely not stabilizing into an equal market though. You know, buyers are being bid out with other buyers, but it really depends on the price point, that's for sure. So the first topic, and then I'm gonna put on my timer, is work with an experienced realtor. Well, that's a given, of course, because I'm a realtor. No, I'm kidding. No, really, it's important to work with an experienced realtor. Not only to work with a realtor, but to work with an experienced one for the area that you're working in, because you want them to be able to guide you, like what are the best neighborhoods for the needs that we have for our family, you know, or if you're very active, you know, let's say you don't have kids and it's really important that you're in an area where there aren't a lot of children, you're more into outdoor activities. So you want that experienced realtor who can also pull up those comparables for you, and you know, who also knows all of the other experienced realtors in neighborhoods where, let's just say, there's low inventory, and they could connect with the farm agents of those areas, and they can ask them, hey, do you have any pocket listings? Do you have anything that you're working on presently? And so a lot of us realtors who've been in the business a long time, and you don't even need to be in the business a long time to be a really good realtor, but you'll know right away because they do extra things for you. And you know, they're going to make sure that when, hey Bert, nice to see you, when, I just want to make sure, I never put my timer on, so what I'm going to do is just do a little bit more on this and go into the next topic. But when they take you out and they show you properties, that what I tell my sales partners, have the comps ready for that neighborhood. You know, so if you're driving by another sign and you're wondering, you're looking at a realtor, well, what about that one? Usually you're all going to know because everyone's a part of Zillow. But you want to know what the sales comps are, because a lot of people wonder, well, why do I need a realtor when everything is online? A realtor can protect you. A realtor can get you that added information. So it's really important. And just like with me, example, I buy a lot of multi-family properties in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which I have no intention of moving there, but I think I'm up to 50 units right now. I would never even consider buying on my own there, even though I'm a realtor, because I don't know the area and I don't know the other realtors. So it's really important. Now I'm going to start going to the other point, just because I forgot to put my timer on this one. Get pre-approved by a lender. And you know, these are all givens, but I'm really surprised when I put this as a second one, because I think it's really important to connect with a realtor, and a lot of the realtors know very good lenders. So you may be dealing with your own realtor, but always get a second opinion. You know, if you need any advice on who to go to, I have a great realtor. Well, I'm a great realtor and I have great realtors that work for me. I can say that. But I have a great lender with NFM mortgage and lending, and I can definitely connect you, you know, anywhere in the world to some really great lenders. Oh my gosh, it's starting to sprinkle, so you're going to start seeing me get rained on. So in regards to lending, get at least 2 lenders to get you quotes. I think it's really important because there's different fee structures. Also, it's really important because you can get a switch and bait. I mean, you hear this all the time on radio programs where they're going to say, oh, the interest rate's so low, and then what you don't discover until it's too late is that they've added all these different fees, or they've overpromised, and when you're about to close escrow, they say, oh, well, we're going to close a little bit late, and there's this added fee because, well, you actually had a harder time qualifying. So whereas the realtors have trust in their lenders. Okay, so my timer's going off, but I've only done 1 minute on this topic, and it's really, really important. So I'm going to continue on. The reason why you want to get pre-approved is because when you put an offer in on, like with multiple offers, you don't want a pre-qual. You need a pre-approval where it shows that the lender has looked at your FICO scores, has looked at your income. You also need to submit with offers your proof of funds. A lot of people don't realize that. It's very important to have your proof of funds, wherever that's coming from. If you're concerned about privacy, just block out your account numbers. But we need to see, I won't even, of course I'm going to forward an offer to my sellers, but I'm going to let them know, hey, we don't have the proof of funds yet. So we need to hold off on this. Or we'll counter that in saying we still need the proof of funds. So proof of funds, we need the pre-approval letter. A lot of times I'll have my lender cross-qualify any buyers, especially if they're putting minimum down. Very important. Okay, so my timer's going off. I'm going to switch this around while I'm just doing the timer, so you can see the park. Okay, here is the Laguna Niguel Park. Isn't that beautiful? And this is not even, it's not the main Laguna Niguel Park. This is like the Laguna Niguel Lake area. So I'm going to switch it around and go on to the next point. And here we go. All right, got it. I have someone behind me. Hello, how are you? Okay, so next one is stay within your budget. A lot of times, someone is pre-approved for a loan, and let's just say it's $1 million, $2 million, 500,000, whatever that price point is, but they still ask their realtor to go up to, 200,000 above that. And the realtor is showing them homes way above what they're qualified for. And then obviously everyone wants what they can't afford. So they fall in love with that property and they can't afford it. So really, this is an easy point. I think I'll be able to get through it real quickly, and I'll be able to spend time on a more important topic. Stay within your budget, just because there's such a low inventory. And in the past, it used to be in or in buyers markets, you could negotiate quite a bit. So it wouldn't be uncommon for realtors, when we would find out a buyer was looking up to, let's say, $1 million, we would go do a search criteria in the MLS. We put them on an email alert system, and we would say maybe up to 1.1 million. But now we're probably getting it closer to $1 million, since there's multiple offers, especially in that million and down price point. There's multiple offers. So I'm going to start going to the next topic. Okay, separate your needs from your wants. That's a really important thing to focus on. First thing I ask buyers, well, it's not the first thing, but it's during our conversation, good morning, is when we're going over the criteria of what they're looking for. I ask them, now, is this something you need, or is it something you want? And I have to think about that. I say, okay, so if you could have, that perfect view, that the privacy in the backyard, the view that you say you need, and the 4 bedrooms, and the 3.5 baths, whatever, and it's a really great home, will that other item, if you don't have it, will that curtail you from buying that home? And if they say, yes, it will, then that's a need. If they say, no, it won't, then that is a want. So as buyers out there, start writing down a list. And it's not like a Ben Franklin list. I love the Ben Franklin list where you say your, yeses and nos, what the benefits, the pros and the cons for things, but just say what your wants and what your needs are. So when you're talking to that to that realtor, then you can give them that list, which is really very key. And it's all about communication. And by the way, I made a pit stop because my dog, and I'm not going into detail today, but I'm just doing my business for my dog right now, or cleaning up after her business, should I say. Okay, so let me switch it. My timer's going off, so it's perfect timing. And I want to say hi, Eric and Michael and Osmond. Thanks for joining. Okay. So, good morning. Good morning. Okay. So we're going up towards the lake now. So you're going to see this. And let me just clean. Okay, got it. I have to just do my timer. And then I'm going to the next point. Okay, timer. Okay, got it. And I was actually looking at a program. Here we go. Oh, Danielle. Yay. Okay, I was actually looking at a program to be with my Apple Watch where it could just go off every 2 minutes. I couldn't find one, but I wasn't looking for very long. I started looking this morning and I was in a rush. So if you know of any that interface with an Apple Watch, please let me know so I don't have to stop these things all the time. All right, the next one is, oh, do you hear that? Isn't that wonderful? Those are all the birds, geese, ducks. All of you would probably know more than me. Okay, be flexible on timing. Really important. First of all, a lot of buyers, they say, well, I am not ready to purchase maybe until 5 months from now, 4 months from now. But you know what? That perfect property may come on the market now. So it may not be available 5 months from now. So you need to get everything in line. So be prepared at any time for that property. Once you give your realtor your needs and your wants list, they're going to put themselves or you on an MLS alert system. And that property may come on the market and you need to be ready. So get your ducks lined up in a row. And oh, by the way, I'm right by the lake, so I'm going to show you that in just a bit. But so be very flexible, especially since it's a seller's market. And oh, what a beautiful dog. Good morning. Good morning. And just make sure that you're pre-approved so you can go at any time, because you never know. And it may take longer than you expect as well. Timer's going off. Here I go. So let me switch. I'm going to show you the view. Okay, here's the lake. I'm going to do my timer while I'm doing this. There we go. Now I can switch it back, but look at that. Here are all the ducks. If anyone could just tell me, what are those? Are those ducks or are they geese or what? Okay. There we go. I'm back. Now, make your offer look very strong. So let's just say you find that great home. Oh my gosh, people so many times lose the great home because they don't make their offer strong enough. I see this and it's so sad. They property just came on the market and they come in lower. Oh, geese. Thanks, Bert. If anyone would know, it'd be Bert. Thanks. Okay. So they come in lower than the purchase price. Definitely come in at the purchase price if it just came on the market and you know that it's a great buy. And if, let's just say, you don't know, ask your realtor for the comparables. And don't be shy. Just say, hey, I need to know. I need to see all the past 6 months comparables for this neighborhood. And if there's not a lot of comparables in this neighborhood, I want to see properties similar to this within the same city. And then if you want to go drive by them or have your realtor drive with you and show you the comparisons, this is what an appraiser is going to do as well. So, and just remember, it's not out of the question that you come in lower. But a lot of times they do a multiple counter offer when there's multiple offers, the listing agent, but sometimes they elect not to do that. So a stronger offer may come in that's all cash, or it has a loan and it's at the right price, or they even come in above full price. And we see that a lot. I mean, gosh, the last home we just closed escrow on, we sold $50,000 above list price. It was only on the market a few days. So this is happening all the time. My timer's going off. It's good for you because you're going to see the lake. Okay, hold on. Okay, there's the geese, like Bert said. It's so beautiful. And there's people jogging on the trail. Good morning. Good morning. So this is a wonderful spot in Laguna Niguel, another wonderful spot that you can come to in the morning when you're an early morning person, or even in the afternoon. And I'm going to switch this around, and I will know what the next point is. Okay, I am down to number 7. I am getting through this. Good morning, fishermen. So, how you guys doing? Are you just starting?
Just got one.
Oh, you just caught one?
Yeah.
God, you are really experienced then. Yeah. My goodness. Well, have fun, guys. Okay. You can fish here as well, which is wonderful. Okay. Get personal with the seller. What that means is, oh my gosh, I can't begin to tell you how many times you're up against other offers. Your offer may not be the strongest, because so many buyers say, well, what's the point? We lose out to all these cash buyers, all these, international buyers are coming in with cash. We're getting a loan. What's the point? We're going to throw in the towel. I said, no, don't do that. Write a compelling letter to the seller, especially if the seller has lived in their home, they raised their family there. Or if they didn't even raise their family there, they have pride of ownership. They remodeled their home. They at least lived there for a few years. And you have a picture of yourself and your dog, or a picture of your family with you. And you just say how much you would, love to raise your family there, love to be there, how much you appreciate what they've done. That will tear at their heartstrings. And I can't begin to tell you how many times sellers of mine have gone to even a lower priced offer to go with the one that tore at their heartstrings. So, timer's going off. I'm going to turn you over to the lake. Okay, hold on. Okay, here's the lake. I'm going to reset my timer. I'm actually hiking backwards, going around the lake so you can see something. And there's that. Putting repeat on. And then I'm going to go to, let's see here, number 8. And let me turn around. I want to say hi to Meta. Good morning, Meta. And Billy. Oh, my wonderful handyman who everyone adores. Okay. There, I'm back. All right, next point. Look for the potential in any home. Really, really key. First of all, I always tell buyers, you are lucky if you get, first of all, you are extremely lucky if you get 80% of what you're looking for out there. You're never going to get 100%. You're not going to get 90%. I mean, 90% is really hard. 80% is amazing. You're lucky if you get 70% of what you're looking for. So, and a lot of times, good morning. A lot of times, people, they go in there with that list and they say, I have to have this, I have to have that. And then they look past these homes that have great potential. And maybe they're not getting multiple offers on because they're not pretty. They might need a little bit of rehabbing, but you could possibly get them for a good buy, even in today's market. So maybe think outside the box. And what we do as realtors, and I have a great sales team, we have a couple contractors on our team that go out free of charge. And if you're really serious about a home, we'll bring the contractor with us and they'll give bids right on the spot. And they'll say, hey, it's going to cost this, it's going to cost that. So you could calculate that in with what you're going to be offering. Not that you're going to ask the seller to pay for these items, no. But, and then we do an analysis of what the property is going to be worth when all these items are done. So, that's really important. Don't overlook, because it could be in a great location. It's just as a fixer-upper. So anyway, timer's going off. Turn it around to the lake. All right, so here we go. Lake again, hiking trail. Wouldn't you want to be on this trail every single morning? And you could go fishing too, you fishermen and fisherwomen. Okay, I'm doing my timer right now. There's that. Let me go to, I only have 2 points left, and you've been putting up with me, and I want to say hi to Diane, Jesus, and Wynn. Thank you so much for joining me. All right. Keep in mind you have a contingency period. So important. So many buyers are really concerned, especially first-time home buyers. Like they're signing their life away when they're making an offer, which I completely understand. This is a huge commitment. It's like one of the biggest commitments. But remember, you do have a contingency period. Generally, is written in the contract and boilerplate. It defaults to 17 days for all contingencies except for loan. Loan is 21 days. So you literally can back out of the escrow during that contingency period. And many times when there's a multiple counter situation, me as a listing agent, I always recommend to the seller to shorten that contingency period. A lot of times we shorten it to 14 days, sometimes to 10 days. Obviously, if it's a cash buyer, we'll shorten it possibly to 7 days to 10 days. But we always give them the right to their inspection period, their due diligence period. So just don't be so freaked out that, you're going forward with this, you're not going to sleep every single night you're in escrow. You do have the right to pull out if there's something that comes up that you're uncomfortable with. But the one thing I really want to state is, please don't be one of these buyers that just lock in a property because there's multiple offers and just thinking that you could back out at any time. It does such a disservice to the seller. And they may have multiple offers, and sure, they can accept a backup offer, but what if that backup offer, that buyer has gone on to another property? And I've seen this before, and it's just so sad. Or the buyer, tries to renegotiate everything during the escrow. So that's why I'm pretty tight with my counter offers with my sellers, and make sure that I'm protecting my sellers. But with buyers, I just want to tell you, you do have a contingency period. You have a due diligence period to protect yourselves. Okay, timer's going off. I'm on my last point. Okay, hold on. Going to look at the lake again now. Oh, look at this. I'm stopping so you can see this. So you can see a real great vantage point of the Laguna Niguel Lake. And it's so beautiful. And they do have concerts out here as well. I'm sorry it's so dark. I'm in with the trees. But I'm going to turn this around now. But I do want to say hi to Tony and Julietta. My gosh, great agent. And I can't see the other one because I'm in the dark. So let's see here. I'm going to turn it back around. Good morning. Shocking. All right. So last point is, don't buy a home you don't love. I mean, some people, they just think they have to grab a home right now because, they're losing out on every property that they're putting offers on. And then they finally settle. And you don't want to settle. I mean, just hang in there. If you don't, really see yourself in the property. And this is what I was just telling a buyer yesterday, one of our own buyers. Good morning. And I met them at a property. They were working with one of our sales partners, and we were there for like an hour and a half, I think. And I just said, you know, you have to love this property, you know, and the two of you, husband and wife, have to be on the same page. So, and I could tell they really loved it, but, you know, I just really wanted that to get to the core of their feelings, and for them to go out and think about it, because it's such a major decision. And right now there's more inventory hitting the market, so, you know, if something's not perfect right now for them, and remember, there's no perfect home, like I said, but it has to feel right. You know, you have to make sure it's the neighborhood you like. You know, if you have certain standards that it has to be in a guard-gated community, then you stick with that. If you have standards that it has to have the backyard for your kids to play in, you stick by that. You know, if you're a view person like I am, I have to have a view. I've always been that way, or else I feel like I'm in a dungeon. You stick by that. So anyway, I'm done with my points. So please, if you have any questions, because I know I kind of do a speed test through this, because I can go off in tangents like I have in previous Facebook Live videos. But please feel free to contact me directly on Facebook or through my website, or whatever you want to do to contact me. I'll be happy to help you. But please reach out to my team, the McGuire team, real estate in Orange County, California. We're here to help you up in real estate, gosh, now for 30 years, but I got started in my early 20s. I do want to state that, and I have a lot of energy, you can tell. And you could download our real estate app, which is going to be in the notes here. But thank you so much for your support, and I am so glad I got here. I did this before it started raining. So all of you in Orange County, enjoy the rain. All of you back east, stay warm and have an awesome weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.